Greetings, minions! As you can see, today I am a dinosaur. I am feeling very dinosaur-y today, so that's what I am. What are you today? See, I like doing goofy things. I know it's silly and it's strange, and I know that there are some people that are like, oh man, she is obnoxious. But I am obnoxious in my own special way, the way that everyone is obnoxious, the way that everyone is weird. I've always thought it was funny when people would say, oh, this person, they are so weird. And they act like it's an insult. Being weird is awesome. Own your weird. Be weird. Everyone's weird. There is no normal. Anybody that tells you there's normal, they're selling you something. So today we're going to talk about self-esteem. A couple of you contacted me via email, via comments, and said that you're struggling with some self-esteem issues, and I thought we'd talk about it. Now, I know that by what you see today, dinosaur Auntie Heather, that you assume that probably that, correct me if I'm wrong, but you probably assume that I have a lot of self-confidence. And the truth is, I do now, but I didn't always. There was a time definitely when I could not have sat here in front of a webcam wearing a dinosaur hat talking to my minions. You see, I had very low self-esteem growing up from the time I was very, very young, and until very recently, actually. I have this voice in my head, and I'm betting you do too. The voice in my head I call Fuddy, and Fuddy says some very negative things. Fuddy says things like, well, he used to. Anymore when he whispers, I ignore him. But Fuddy would say things like, you're ugly. You're stupid. You're not talented. No one really likes you. They're all just pretending because they feel sorry for you. Isn't that horrible? Can you imagine somebody saying that to your Auntie Heather? Well, the truth is, your Auntie Heather would say that to your Auntie Heather because Fuddy is me. And your Fuddy, your voice, is also you. It's something called negative self-talk. You see, we can talk ourselves into high self-esteem or into low self-esteem. And it's very important that you focus on the high self-esteem. I've found that for me, whenever Fuddy starts yammering again, I will out loud say, shut up, Fuddy. And when I do, it cues that switch where I can start telling myself some really positive things about myself because, you know what? I don't think I'm ugly. I don't think I'm stupid. And I think a lot of people really do like me. And the ones that don't, they don't understand me. And clearly we weren't meant to be friends. And that's okay. So make sure that you listen more to the positive voice in your head than you do the negative voice. And after a while, if every day you fight to have that positive voice say something wonderful about yourself, even if you don't truly believe it at the time, eventually you will start to believe it. Look at me. I'm a dinosaur. That's awesome. You could be a dinosaur too. You are a dinosaur. You just don't know you're a dinosaur yet. Okay, so I'm just saying. It's something that you really can improve, your self-esteem. Now, another minion, actually a couple of them, asked about how to deal with people that are pushing you down, how to deal with people that won't lift you up and be positive influences in your life. I know that's something that a lot of us struggle with. I have struggled with it too. I've had a lot of negative people in my life that I've had to remove from my life to, increase the positive level. So it's hard because most of you are pretty young and a lot of you are asking about certain family members. And I know that at your age, when you're younger, it's really difficult. You can't just cut people out of your life and you can't just walk away from it. I would try the direct approach mostly. I would try sitting people down and saying, look, clearly we have issues in my life, you're in our life, and I feel like these are the things you're doing that are not making me happy. And here's how I feel like you can improve it, and I would appreciate it if you would put the effort in to change. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, a lot of people won't. A lot of people won't change. I think people are afraid of change. And it's sad, but all you can do is take care of yourself. If you're self-harming, please stop. Because when you hurt yourself, you're hurting me, you're hurting the minion horde, and most importantly, you're hurting yourself. When you go through these bouts of depression, they are very, very difficult to face. I know Auntie Heather goes through bouts of depression too, but when I do, I turn to the Minion Horde because we are all in this together and we can all get out of it together too. Love is something that bonds us together, so let's do this, minions. Anybody that's being super negative to you, try your best to combat it with positivity, because you should have positivity in your life. You should have joy in your life. You deserve it. You're worth it. You're worth it to me, and I want you to be worth it to you too. It just takes time. I told you for a long time, I didn't have great self-esteem. Honestly, I really didn't like myself. Now I know. You look at the dinosaur hat and you say, this woman did not like herself. No, I did not. I did not like myself. I didn't think that I was special. I thought I was weird. Yeah, see, at one point in time, I thought that was a negative thing to be too, and I don't get it. I don't get it because people would shove it down my throat that weird was bad. And I knew way deep down that weird was special. And I'm special. And you're special too. So today's going to be kind of a short thing. I am going to list the winner of the Arc of Third Strike down in the description thing somewhere. And actually, I have something to tell you guys. I'm going to be gone for like 2 weeks. Auntie Heather really needs a break. She needs a break from a lot of things. So I'm going to take and kind of do a sanity break and, you know, wear dinosaur hats and, I don't know, play video games and stuff like that. Speaking of video games, okay, you guys, most of you suggested The Last of Us, okay, because I was having a Bioshock Infinite hangover. And The Last of Us I'm playing it now, and man, that is a gorgeous game. I cannot think of a game more visually stunning than The Last of Us. It's really incredible. I mean, and the realism is mind-blowing. It's just wild. I'm struggling with the predictability because right now I feel like, well, something just happened. I don't want to give spoilers away, but something just happened to Joel. And so I'm getting ready to go back in there and figure out what's going on with him. And I don't know, I'm kind of seeing a lot of things coming, but I trust you, minions. Everybody says there's a great twist coming up, and I'm really excited about it, so we'll see how it goes. So for now, I'm going to leave you all with a little bit of homework. First off, I want to thank you for spreading the word about the Minion Horde, because you guys rock, and I really, really appreciate it. Now, your homework as the Minion Horde, here's what I want you to do during the 2 weeks while I'm gone. Every single day, you have 2 duties. 1, I want you to look at yourself in the mirror and I want you to say something positive. You don't have to mean it in the beginning, but I want you to try. 2, every single day, I want you to influence someone else's life in a positive way. You see, I believe that we are all ripples in a pond. And I believe you should be a positive ripple in the pond of life. I know a lot of people might be like, oh man, but I do. I think that we can effect change if we go out there and do good. Whether that's helping somebody by holding the door for them, whether that's telling a girl who clearly looks very sad that she's pretty or that she's smart, or, you know, something like that, you know, helping your mom with the dishes, something positive. Do something positive to effect change. It will change you, and it will change the world. And that's what the Minion Horde does. So, there's your homework. I'm out of here for 2 weeks. I will be back. I'll be filming the week of August 18th. And so you'll see me then. And until then, remember, you have to be safe. You have to be good. And remember that Auntie Heather loves you. And in Dinosaur, Auntie Heather, rah. See you, minions.